Oh, time for the Modifieds. It's been a bit since we've seen our friends from the Valley Truck Center Modifieds as they make it on the track 3-4 heats for the Modifieds. Will be a B main tonight as well, as Alex Donnert is going to lead them to the green flag here in heat race number 1. Rich Eady should be alongside in car number 2. Dave Nestor out of Ohio in the 12N. I don't see that Dave made it out. I see 57 of Josh Savinsky, the 11 of Leela Whalen, and the 13 out of Parker, Colorado, Jordan Smith.
Yeah, we did lose the 7 of Andy Bootson out of West Virginia. He broke in practice, decided that he was going to get a head start on the drive home.
Yeah, so he's out of West Virginia. That's a tough ride to not get a chance to run all weekend.
But, I mean, looking at what the scheduled lineup was and the drivers we were supposed to have in this race, you have Michigan, Indiana, Ontario, Colorado, and West Virginia all represented in the starting lineup of this race. And, you know, that 13 of Jordan Smith back there normally runs down at the Colorado National Speedway. Made the trip up this weekend, ran with the Midwest Modifieds Tour. Well, attempted to run with the Midwest Modifieds Tour yesterday at Birch Run Speedway. They weren't able to get their program in due to some rain, but decided to hop over here tonight. So appreciate him and Jake Smith making the very long haul to be with us here this evening.
And in one more lap, we'll let them loose here. Now these heat races do not determine the starting lineup for the features. Those are already determined based on qualifying earlier today. So you'll see these drivers here in this heat race will be in tonight's B main.
All right, Donnert and Eady will lead them off at turn 4. Green flag's out, we're underway.
Boy, Donnert got a big lead in a hurry over Eady's number 2.
Yeah, first time out this season for that car, and they had all kinds of struggles. You can see it's running without a hood because during practice, the hood actually got some air underneath it, blew up over the front opening of that car, and they've had all kinds of struggles today.
Jordan Smith has moved up to that 3rd spot as he's right on the back bumper of Eady's number 2 now. He's going to try to dive to the inside. See if he can't take that position away from Rich Eady as they go into turns 1 and 2. Donnert's pulled away. Now there goes 13 Smith now up to 2nd. He's got a bit of ways to go, maybe about a half a straightaway to get to the back bumper of Donnert in car number 3. About 1.5 second advantage for the number 3 over the 13, but as you can see, Jordan Smith in that 13 car starting to gobble up that real estate. Eady still in 3rd. Battle at the back of the pack between rookie Savinsky in the 57, and look out, almost making contact with the 11 of Leela Whalen. Or Layla, well, yes, Layla Whalen. Now see, you got me all.
Layla Whalen.
Yeah, Layla Whalen.
Well, unfortunately, the 3 of fortunately, unfortunately, the 3 of Donnert got the car working a lot better than it was earlier, but unfortunately going to break out of his qualifying time by a very large margin. So as the checkered flag is out, your winner is going to be Jordan Smith in the 13, Rich Eady 2nd, Layla Whalen 3rd, and Josh Savinsky will come home in 4th.
Jordan Smith, 38 years of age, out of Parker, Colorado. In the AAA Service Plumbing sponsored ride. Well, he's going to get a checkered flag for his efforts of being out here, all the way out here. Been racing, this is his 4th year of racing, all in the modified division, and he's going to get himself the first of 4 heat races, going to get that checkered flag. Give him a big Owosso welcome. How about it for Jordan Smith? Heat race number 2. Randy Jereniski in the 141 will lead him to the green as the front row. Outside front row, Nathan Jordan out of Indiana in car number 9. Stephen Pelkey in the 62 from Durant. Dale Spencer in the triple nickel out of Ovid. Jake Smith out of Littleton, Colorado, the 89S. Damian Lytle, the 559, and Tim Burkett out of Hamilton, Indiana in the 12B.
Tim Burkett, actually one of the two names that are the proprietors, we'll say, of the Burkett Nestor modified chassis that have become so popular. Former champion of the Midwest Modifieds Tour as well.
And of course, maybe an opportunity for Tim Burkett to get some laps before that Midwest Modified Tour event 2 weeks from tonight. Of course, the Modifieds will be in action next week as well with the Reveal the Hammer series here for the Owosso 500. So big show next week, Outlaw Super Late Models and Modifieds.
And of course, the biggest modified race of them all coming up in August, the 10th running of the Hot Shoe 100.
6-lap heat race, number 2 of 4. Valley Truck Center Modifieds, they are underway. 141 showing a little bit of smoke there. Jaroneski, the Elmira driver, trying to hold off this field. It's got Nathan Jordan still stuck to the outside.
That's more than a little smoke,
yeah.
I think.
That got a little Cypress Hilly, to steal your joke. Oh, we got a car sideways. It's going to be the 12 of Tim Burkett. Locks it down. He'll keep it going. We keep racing. Nice job. Jaroneski leads the lap. Oh, big wiggle on that 141 car. Well, here comes Pelkey working on the bottom. Meanwhile, top shelf is Nathan Jordan, still stuck up on there. Why the top shelf? Because that's where the best liquor's held. Oh boy, Jaroneski all over the place. Gathers it up, and he's going to lose the lead.
Wow. That was a huge moment for the 141 there, Roger. I thought that was a caution for sure, but here we are still racing somehow, some way.
Hands the lead over to Pelkey's number 62. Jaroneski off the pace. He's just going to go sit back there and try to figure out what's going on with that car. There's a white flag in the air.
He's probably trying to figure out who crapped his pants.
Right. Very true. Pelkey, big lead on turn 4. As long as he hits his mark, he's going to get this checkered flag, and he does. Pelkey, your winner.
Nathan Jordan comes home in second. Jake Smith third. Dale Spencer fourth. Damian Lytle completes the top 5.
Stephen Pelkey out of Durant. 33 years of age. 33's been racing for 20 of them. Durand. What? Making fun of my accent? Pelkey Racing, Cheater Motorsports. The help on Stephen Pelkey's number 62, and he'll find victory lane. How about it for Stephen Pelkey? Here comes heat race number 3, Steve Rollins. Not for the band. That's Henry Rollins.
That black flag?
Yes, sir. Steve Rollins out of Heartland. In the 68, Billy Luckhurst. In car number 36, that should be your front row. Row number 2, Austin Creda out of Romeo, and Jordan Gatton out of Fort Wayne, Indiana in the double 8s. There's David McManus in car number 10. Jonathan Gatton in the 89, and Nick Clemens in the 34. Those scheduled to be part of the heat race number 3 party.
Now, I was informed Austin Kreita, it's supposed to be a hard T.
That's what I say.
Yeah, well, you got to be a little light on it, because if you go Kreita, you get that pop in the microphone.
Oh.
It's a hard T.
Hard T.
So you got to soften it up a little bit.
Just put the apostrophe in there. Just Kreita.
That's actually how they say it in London. Along with a bottle of water.
All right, we get the tires heated up, which I find awfully funny for as warm as it is out there on that track.
Like those tires haven't been sitting in the sun for the last 8 hours,
Right.
just baking. Got to make those tires hotter. All right, 6 laps up on the board. Steve Rollins in the 68. Billy Luckhurst back in his normal ride. His Uncle Mike put it in the wall at the Bob Finley Memorial. But they worked pretty tirelessly to get that one back together. And green flag is up, and we are underway here in heat race number 3.
Rollins trying to lead him out of turn 2, but Luckhurst not giving in easy. He's going to tuck in the line here coming on turn 4, though.
Austin Kreita in the 13 to the inside of Luckhurst for that second spot.
And McManus moves into 4th behind that battle.
I can imagine McManus probably doesn't want to get too banged up in this heat race, Roger. He is in a pretty prime position starting outside row 1 in the feature later on. So he'd like to just probably find a nice little niche there in 4th and maybe call it a nice race. Of course, as I say that, he closes up on 3rd, and that could all be thrown right out the window.
Sure. Well, he's sitting 5th in the point standings. He's 109 out, but he's only 9 back of, make that 11 back of Corey Finley for 4th in the points. I think he'd like to get some more heat race points if he can.
And Corey Finley not here tonight after suffering some damage at our last event. I believe they actually lost an engine. So that sidelined the 29 team and could pay off for the 10 as the white flag is out, 1 lap to go.
Rollins, Kreita, and oh boy, Rollins a bit of a side slide and now opens the door for Kreita. Kreita down to the inside.
Oh, they both slide way up
and
the track.
Comes the 36. Billy Luckhurst using the first half of the surname. Luck right there. Wow, your front 2 knock each other out from a heat race win in the 3rd place car going into turn number 3, the first one to the checkered flag. As Billy Luckhurst sneaks through and steals the victory here in number 3. Nick Lakota here in the fast heat out of Flushing in car 12 will lead with the green flag. Phil Masick in the 01 will be to his right. Jeremy Jaraneski in the 1J from up north in Vanderbilt. Tim Lahar in car 20. Josh Ware in the 7W. And there's point leader Aaron Taylor in your fast qualifier tonight out of Jackson in the 22.
It's always nice to see Josh Ware out at the track. You know, if he's here, that means you're doing something right, because if he doesn't like the way your track's running, he won't show up. So him being here, I think, is something resembling an endorsement of what we're doing at the Big O.
A little bit of smoke out that right rear. I wonder if that right rear is rubbing on something there. You can see it, maybe his brakes perhaps.
Yeah, it does seem to be only under braking. Hopefully that doesn't turn into a bigger issue.
See, on dirt tracks, they don't let them have laps to get their tires more dirty.
I was going to say that might be because...
Go on.
Because, you know, dirt's only good for like 5 laps, and then it gets all
asphalt
leathery.
Leathery. I don't think I ever used that term in 26 years, that the track got leathery.
Well, maybe that's why you had to switch to pavement. Clearly, you didn't know what you were talking about.
Well, I think I prove that every night here anyway as we get ready to go. Heat race number 4.
Phil Massich in the 01. He had Alex Donnert in that car last time out, but Phil Massich, no slouch at all. Ooh, bit of a moment there with Jaraneski, but he's able to continue on.
Massich trying to get to the bottom side there, but keep getting pestered by the nose of the Jaraneski machine and that number 1. That all going on while the 12 of Lakota.
Oh, wow, the 1 gave Massich a big shove.
I might have to go check who just crapped my pants. Holy moly, it scared me.
Yeah, I was sure that was a caution waiting to happen, but I guess full credit to Phil Massich, he didn't wreck it.
Lakota is well out in front. He's missing a great race. Well out in front. Massich in second.
I don't think he minds too much.
Josh Ware in third. Yeah, no, not at all. 2 laps to go, make it about a lap and a half here as they approach the back straightaway. Jaraneski in fourth, Mahar fifth, Taylor riding around back there in the 6th spot.
White flag is out, 1 lap to go. And we have a lot of part-time competitors here at Owosso that are up in the points-paying positions, Roger. But our 1 and 2 in the point standings are actually outside of those point spots right now, though Tim Lahar makes a charge. Not going to happen, though. Nick Lakota takes the win. Phil Masich second, Josh Ware third, Jeremy Jaraneski fourth. Then Lahar and Taylor complete the field.
I hear motors are rumbling.
All right, so we've lost a couple cars in this this bit of a shindig. So what we have remaining, Jordan Smith in the 13 making the trip from Colorado. Layla Whalen out of Ontario. Josh Savinsky from Langsburg, which is significantly closer than the first 2. Rich Eady out of Otter Lake and Alex Donnert from Swartz Creek. All right, so 20 laps will be the distance here. Valley Truck Center modified consolation race. Jordan Smith making the haul all the way from Colorado to be with us tonight. Trying to make it worth his while. He leads the field into turn number 3. Off at turn number 4, they'll get the 1 to go signal. Josh Savinsky in the 57, glad to see him back out. Had to build a whole brand new car. Last time out, he, in one of these B features, ended up getting his car pretty banged up, had to total it out. But he's got a new car, all put together, ready to race. And we'll see what he can do off of turn 4. Green flag's out, we're underway. And right off the bat, Jordan Smith in the 13, well out in front on the opening lap, but Layla Whalen in the 11 going to try to close the gap. As we have our first lap in the books, Smith continuing to drive away from the rest of the field.
Savinsky trying to hold on to that 3rd spot. He's got a battle between Eady and Donnert going on behind him. That's going to include him here rather shortly as Donnert's working the top side.
Now, Alex Donnert had a horrible start to his day. Practice and qualifying just not quite going how he wanted it to. Finally seemed to have the car underneath him. Got flagged for speeding in his heat race. Had to start at the back of this one.
He's just moved up to the 3rd position. So Layla Whalen in the 2nd spot. She's by herself. All watching the 13 of Jordan Smith show the way.
Yeah, Smith was the fastest car in this race, qualified 22nd. So just one car between himself and breaking into the main event. As we are now 5 laps in, 1/4 distance, and Jordan Smith well out in front of the rest of the field.
Yeah, this could be a long 15 laps here with the field spread out as much as they are. Nobody really close enough to mount the challenge to the car in front of them.
Well, speaking of mounting a challenge, here comes Alex Donnert now taking a peek to the inside of the 11 of Layla Whalen. And something that's been unchallenged, Roger, I'm not sure if you know about this fact yet, but we are one of the top tracks on the Track Tune app.
How about that?
So those of you listening here at the track or at home, thanks for being part of our numbers on that service as well.
Number one.
Number one.
Wow. All the way up to number one on the charts. As there goes Donner taking that second spot on the high side, gonna make his way by Layla Whalen.
Halfway home, 10 in, 10 to go as Alex Donner settles into the second spot. He'll now try to hook the 13 of Smith, reel him back in, but he's got a 5.4 second deficit.
Jordan Smith almost a half lap ahead of Alex Donnert as he stretches it out another 1/10 of a second to 5.5 seconds.
Yeah, I got to imagine Jordan Smith probably wishing he could have had this same kind of speed earlier in the afternoon. Maybe would have been racing in our 50-lap race a little bit later on. And of course, as I say that, I check the times, and he's actually running right where he did qualify. But more track time, the better. I imagine we'll probably see the Smiths back here come hot shoe 100 time. But Alex Donnert now beginning to chip away at that lead. It might be a case of too little, too late. But he shaved about a 1/10 off there. He'll need to probably quadruple that per lap here for the next 5 laps. Unfortunately, not making that much headway, but now Jordan Smith beginning to close in on some lap traffic, beginning to close in on the back bumper of the 57 of Josh Savinsky. Savinsky goes way high to get out of the way, and Smith will put him 1 lap down with 3 laps remaining. Now Jordan Smith gets right to the back bumper of the 2 of Rich Eady. And this is where traveling from a long distance gets tricky. A lot of the weekly drivers with the knowing the ins and outs of everybody on track can usually predict how the lap traffic's going to behave. But Jordan Smith has seen a lot of these drivers for the very first time here tonight. So he's got to be a little more trepidatious around the lap traffic. But he's got a bit of clear track right now as he comes to the white flag. 1 lap to go.
Final lap for Jordan Smith. We lost Savinsky about 3 laps ago. He pulled off once he was put a lap down by your race leader. Well, it was a long way to get here. Didn't get to race much, but he's going to win the B main. How about it? Jordan Smith crosses the finish line first. Here comes Donnert. Will finish in the 2nd position. Layla Whalen should finish 3rd, with it Rich Eady a lap down in car number 2. So the Parker, Colorado driver gets the win in the heat, and he'll back it up with a B main win in the AAA Service Plumbing number 13. He won't get the big check and the big trophy tonight, but he'll take home a nice payday for his efforts. Picking up the win in the B main for the modifieds, folks. How about another time for Jordan Smith? Well, I hear modifieds firing up in the back. 20 scheduled to start this 50-lap main event, and here they come. Boy, you had seen the future, my friend, by telling us that Jordan Gatton was going to be on the front row with Dave McManus in car number 10, and that's exactly how they come out. John Gatton going to start inside row number 2 in car number 89. He's out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Nick Clemens out of Clio will be to his right in car 34. Nick Lakota in car 12 inside row number 3. Phil Masich in the 01 to his right. Jeremy Jaraneski from Vanderbilt in the 1J, and Tim Lahar out of Lansing at car number 20 make up row 4. In row 5 from Barbeau, Michigan, Josh Ware in the 7W. And there's your point leader, Aaron Taylor out of Jackson in the double deuce. Austin Kreita in the 13 out of Romeo. We'll have Billy Luckhurst from Owosso's number 36 alongside. Row 7, Steve Rollins from Heartland in the 68. And from Hamilton, Indiana in the 12B, it's Tim Burkett. Damian Lytle in the 559 from Langsburg, and Littleton, Colorado's Jake Smith's 89S are back in row 8, row number 9. Dale Spencer in the 555 out of Ovid, and Stephen Pelkey, he was a heat race winner in car 62 from Durand. Nathan Jordan from LaGrange, Indiana in the number 9, and Randy Jaraneski in the 141. Those are our scheduled starters for 50 laps. I have 50 laps. I see 25 on the scoreboard, but that's from the pure stocks.
Yeah, that'll clear up once they get the race pre-started.
So I started saying something, and then I was unsure of what I had said as we get set to go 50 laps.
All right, race fans, you can hear the music. Get up on your feet. Put those hands in the air. We're going to wave them off in style. 50 laps for the Valley Truck Center Modifieds. All right, Gatton and McManus will hold the point at the front of the field. All right, Chief Starter Nate Rowe gives them the 1-to-go signal. Safety car pulls off into the infield. We're going to be going green next time. First time visitor on the inside, defending track champion on the outside. It's a dichotomy of experience. We'll see what happens as they roll off at turn 4. Green flag is out and we're underway.
The Thunder moves from right to left as you watch them down the speedway, and we've got our leader, Jordan Gatton from Fort Wayne, leading them into 3 and 4. McManus trying to hold on to that second spot as they come out of turn number 4 to lead lap number 1.
And the Gatton family, significant success back down at the now defunct Bearfield Raceway down in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Ever since that track kind of closed up shop, they've been traveling around. Jordan also getting behind the wheel of a modified.
John Gatton now moves up to that second spot as that number 12 of Nick Lakota sneaking into the 3rd spot. McManus just can't seem to get in line as Jaraneski now inside of him. That's a battle for 4th.
Yeah, McManus kind of getting hung out to dry on the outside.
Lakota now up to 3rd, had looked at a challenge to add Jonathan Gatton, couldn't get it done. Now everyone seems to be single file, although you gotta watch that 34. Nick Clemens getting those left sides in the concrete, especially in turn number 4, as now McManus able to step in line, but it's behind your point leader, the 22 of Aaron Taylor.
Yeah, McManus has been able to get in line, but unfortunately he's now behind the 8 ball and maybe getting challenged again. The 0-1 of Phil Massich now to the inside of McManus.
McManus can't keep that car on the inside line, Chris. He tried there in 4, and Massich just was able to get the bumper underneath there and forced the 10 to have to take the high side. Jaraneski up to 4th, following the 12 of Lakota through the field.
McManus continuing to drop. Roger, I don't know if he maybe has an issue or not, but seems to be struggling. Looks like he's going to be exiting the track. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, it's the 2 Gattons, Jordan and Jonathan, leading the field, but Nick Lakota looking very sporty in that 12 car.
Very early in this event for Jordan Gatton as he continues to lead. He's got an 0.8 of a second advantage over Jonathan there, first and second. And he's still about a half lap. Actually, he's only got about a quarter lap from him to the back of the field. So it'll take a bit before they get into slower traffic. So maybe an opportunity for Gatton to enjoy some time at the front. Right now, no pressure.
Aaron Taylor works around the 12 of Lakota. That'll move him up into the 4th spot as Jeremy Jaraneski, the first track regular in that 1J, all over the back bumper, and John Gatton for second.
Jaraneski once again quietly making his way towards the front of the field. Maybe not a driver that I had in my top 5, and he sees a little bit of daylight on the inside. Boy, everyone getting squirrely. Masich out of shape in the 01 over in turn number 2, and that's going to draw our first caution of the day in this main event for the modifieds.
Yeah, Eaton Rapids, Michigan veteran Phil Masich, a former champion here at the Speedway in the super late model division.
Well, something happened over in turns 1 and 2 because everybody was taking evasive measures. They weren't all on the bottom. And not sure if the 01 was waving furiously and everyone was trying to get by him, or something else happened just out of the right side, just out of my peripheral vision. I just saw everyone getting a little squirrely. And it was the 01 that stepped out of line and comes to a stop there at turn number 2.
So a good strategic move by the 1J to get outside of row number 1, and could be a really good chance for him to maybe break into victory lane if he's able to get around the 88 of Jordan Gatton on the restart.
Well, he started inside row 4 at the initial start, and now he's outside row number 1. So let's see what these drivers have here for the next 39 laps as they're stacked up, ready to go. They'll go to the M&K Truck Center restart zone in turn number 4.
Well, Jordan Gatton in the 88 gets a very good restart.
And Jeremy Jaraneski able to hold tight there on the outside of the other Gatton boy. He might get that second spot to himself, and he does. He's going to go right back to the top and try to challenge your leader, Jordan Gatton.
I was going to say, Jaraneski could very easily fall in line right now behind the 88, still have the net gain on position. But he doesn't look to be content to do that. He's still challenging on the outside. Able to get to the quarter panel of the 88. Still not quite able to make a move, but he'll be alongside as we head off into turn number 3.
Wow, it's awfully tight racing at the front of this field. They're almost dead even. Had to look, .017. Jaraneski had the lead that time by. They're 3 wide behind him.
And don't look now, Roger. We talked about the fast cars getting to the front. There's Josh Ware, there's Tim Lahar. Both of those drivers sitting just outside of the top 5.
And Jaraneski says, yes, race amongst yourselves. I'm going to lead some laps here at Owosso Speedway. Taylor knocking on the back door of Jordan Gatton's car. He dives to the inside to take a peek for second.
And Jordan Gatton has been a very impressive defensive driver in the first part of this race. Looks like Aaron Taylor is going to try to get away, but Gatton not going to roll over and play dead. He's still trying to give fight to the 22, and that's going to help out the 1J to get as much of an advantage as possible before the 22 gets clear track.
Well, it just seems like clean air is the place to be, because anyone that's had the lead and has lost it has fallen back. But once you get that lead, you're able to pull away. Although Taylor making his bid to try to reel in Jaraneski as we get close to 20 laps complete. We got 18, make it 19 this time round.
Well, Roger, your top 4 pretty evenly spaced away from the rest of the field, but from 5th place, Nick Clemens on back. It's a hornet's nest. A lot of A-plus drivers all lined up right there in the back half of the top 10, all itching to get up there and contend for a win. But laps are ticking away. We just hit 20 in the books, 30 to go, and we're about 5 laps shy of halfway.
Everybody back to single file, bottom feeding around the speedway. Taylor inching closer to Jaraneski. Looking for a feature win, I believe, number 3 of the season for that 22. Looking to extend the point lead over Tim Lahar. Third place still Jordan Gatton, Nick Lakota, Nick Clemens, fourth and fifth.
Now, so far, the last few laps, Roger, the 22 of Taylor has been faster than Jaraneski. But keep in mind, it's one thing to catch him, it's a whole other thing to try to pass him. And Jaraneski is fighting for his first victory of the year, and you know he's going to be fighting hard.
Yeah, right now, at least, you know, Taylor can hit his marks. Yeah, once he has to get to the inside or the outside of your race leader, he's going to be playing outside his comfort zone as he's gotten into a rhythm here running by himself.
Still that battle for fifth spot, pretty hot and heavy right now. Nick Lakota actually falling back towards the fifth place runner. He runs in fourth as we reach the halfway point, 25 in, 25 to go. And Lakota actually gets a little bit out of shape there in fourth. That may allow the 34 of Clemens to capitalize.
Well, it's about a straightaway advantage between second and third. The second car being Aaron Taylor and Jordan Gatton being that third place car. And we're probably about 4 or 5 laps away before we hit the tail end of the field, which would be the 9 of Nathan Jordan. As this playing field full of modifieds at this point in time. Anywhere you look, oh, we got thought maybe the 13 of Clota was having a problem, but he just stepped out of line, allowing Nick Clemens to take a look to the inside. This is a battle for the fourth spot.
Yeah, Clemens in attack mode right now, gets to the inside of the 12. He's to the door as they come off of turn 4, but Lakota, the better drive off the corner, he pulls down ahead.
I mean, given props to the 34 Clemens, he could easily put those left side tires on the concrete in that battle when he was getting squeezed down in the bottom groove. Decided he'd get more grip on the asphalt, and he just tucks in line. At least he was able to keep his position instead of maybe getting a little bit loose. Now they make a little contact as they came out of turn number 2.
We're going to hit 20 laps to go now. Jaraneski continues to lead over Taylor. Jaraneski actually growing his lead the last couple of laps, 8.3 the advantage, or 0.83 the advantage, as the rest of the field continues to try to sort itself out behind Nick Lakota in fourth.
Spin turn 2, spin in turn 2. Just happened to see that as Dale Spencer was slowing down to go to the pits, but looks like he's going to stay out there, but cannot see who that is over in turn number 2.
I believe it's the 68 of Steve Rollins facing the wrong way. All right, well, we will see what happens. 19 to go. It's Jaraneski and Taylor sitting on the front row. Green flag is back out. We're back underway.
Wow.
I don't think that restart's going to stand.
Nope, I see the lights are still a-flapping. Oh, and we got a spin there at the end.
I believe that's Tim Burkett in
Yep.
the 12. That was, I believe, unrelated to the caution.
No, yeah,
the cause
it was,
of the
yeah.
caution, which was the restart.
I think that was evasive when everyone started slowing down. So Taylor must have got too good of a start.
Or Jaraneski got too good of, somebody got too good
Well,
of a
I was
start.
gonna say the 22 was in front. It was in front by the time they got past that start-finish line.
Well, that
So
That
that would be
answers
my
that.
guess. That would be my
that's
guess.
a point to you, Roger.
Hey, all right.
You're catching up.
Mine are only worth an eighth of an actual point, Owosso point. I got to come up with a lot more to get a full Owosso point. Okay, we're gonna try this again. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
Everyone's had their warning. Oh, the track just got an idea.
Several ideas, actually.
Jaraneski at Taylor, front row. M&K Truck Center restart zone. All right, much better restart that time. All right, well, we're wheel to wheel, Chris.
Taylor showing some muscle on that outside line, Roger. He has a pretty good advantage heading off into turn 3.
Oh.
Jaraneski slides up. They both go wide off of 4. Taylor leads up the line.
Taylor giving him plenty of room. Jaraneski looked like he slid up in the center of the corner once again, and that's going to lose him that top spot now. It's Taylor taking it over. Gatton holding on to third, and he's got him all over that machine. Looked like Nick Clements pushed him all the way down the front straightaway. That Gatton machine is Lakota now will move into the third spot.
Clements was pretty much driving it for Gatton at that point, but Josh Ware will get around
Jared Eske off the pace.
Well, he's able to gather it back up, but that allows the 22 of Taylor to jump out. And now Nick Lakota in the 12 taking a peek to the inside of the 1 of Jared Eske. Here comes the 7 of Josh Ware now to challenge to the outside of Lakota for third.
Boy, after a strong run, Jordan Gatton's dropping back in a hurry. It's like everybody laid back. And Gatton falling well outside the top 5 after spending most of it in the top 2. Waiting to see whatever went on with Jared Eske's machine. If it happens again to him, because he was just well off the pace out of 4 before suddenly it came back to life. Luckily, able to hold on to the lead with or the second spot rather with Lakota in third. And look who's coming in car number 7, Josh Ware.
Yeah, Ware right to the back bumper, the 12 of Lakota. But Lakota again perfectly placing that car, just parking the bus, making it near impossible to get by.
Well, Jared Eske seems to be back in his groove. He's pulling away from Lakota, but about a half straightaway, almost a 3/4 straightaway before he can see that leader. It's a 1.5 second advantage as we've got 10 laps remaining.
Josh Ware still trying to challenge that 12 car. That's pretty much one of the best battles on the track right now. Ware able to show him the nose off before, but can't capitalize. 62 of Stephen Pelkey moves past Jordan Gatton to move up into the top 10. Gatton now dropping out of your top 10 runners.
Well, Taylor's race to lose. He seems to be adding a 1/10 of a second every lap over Jared Eske. Almost a 2-second advantage. Now Ware to the inside, maybe some contact. Oh, more contact on the back end of Ware. As boy, that got dicey back there, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yeah, definitely an accordion effect type moment there off of turn 2, as 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and 6th all kind of stacked up there for a moment.
We're going to see if Clemens, or rather Ware, yeah, he shows that inside line on the exit. I think that's where Ware is getting the idea that maybe he wants to get the nose underneath there, but just can't get enough of that car down there to get a run off the corner.
Yeah, we're coming to 5 laps to go here with Taylor leading. Oh, Ware got right there on the 12 of Lakota, almost got him up out of the groove, but man, that 12 car just has so much drive off the corner. So the 7 catches him on corner entry, gets to the bumper, gets the nose underneath, but then on the exit of the corner, Lakota just drives away.
3.5. Ware's going to try it again to the inside. Boy, he seems to have, he just has no place to put that drive. Again, well, he's going to give more of that inside line. Lakota opens up the inside line. Ware, nothing to do with it.
Yeah, Ware is chipping away at it. It looks like he gets a little bit closer each lap. But as we come back to the line, Aaron Taylor coming to 2 to go. 2 to go for Aaron Taylor. Almost a 2-second advantage for the double deuce as he heads down the back straightaway for the second to last time. This time by off at turn 4. He's going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go. Josh Ware once again makes a challenge for 3rd. Not going to happen that time around. Aaron Taylor into turn 3 for the final time. Coming off of turn 4. Checkered flag is out. Your winner is going to be Aaron Taylor. Jeremy Jareneski a season high 2nd. Nick Lakota 3rd. Josh Ware 4th. Nick Clements will complete your top 5. Further back through the field, Tim Lahar comes home in 6th. Jonathan Gatton 7th. Billy Luckhurst 8th. Damian Lytle 9th. And Stephen Pelkey in 10th. This will be his 3rd feature win of the season out here at the Owosso Speedway. He'll head down to Gross Construction Victory Lane, and he'll get to have a word with our very own Roger Williams. Give it up for your winner, Aaron Taylor.
So Aaron Taylor comes from the 10th starting position and able to make good on that final restart to take the lead from Jaraneski and cruise to victory with over a 2-second advantage on this field, picking up another checkered flag, another Top Speed Motorsports checkered flag. TSM Graphics as he takes a deep breath as he climbs out of the car. How about it for Aaron Taylor, ladies and gentlemen? Here, Aaron, so we can make sure we get you on the video. First of all, I got a $25 gift certificate from the Marie Smith Bike Night and All-Star Performance to give to you. That gets the catalog there as well to pick out what you might need. But hot one in the car tonight, boy.
Oh my gosh, super hot. Can't thank these fans enough for sticking it out in the heat with us. We appreciate you guys.
We were kind of surprised that you decided to take that outside for the front row there for that last restart, but obviously it paid off. Was there something a little bit on that top side here tonight?
Yeah, I think so tonight. I think that's where we got the most cars, thankfully. I'd never pass up a chance to be on the front row, and Jeremy's a clean guy, and I can't thank him enough for racing me clean, and it was fun going to the front.
You're going to extend that point lead, which I'm sure is very important to you as the car spits up a little bit there. Why don't you thank everybody who's making this such a successful season for you?
Yeah, I got to thank my beautiful wife and 2 babies. I couldn't do it without them. My dad busts his ass. My mom helps out. Butch for letting me drive his car, and Uncle Tim, he busts his ass on this thing too, so I can't do it without him. Wilby Concrete and Taylor Concrete got us here today.
Well, go cool off. Enjoy your victory.
Thank you.
How about one more time, Aaron Taylor, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win here in your modified division.